Welcome back to Coach's Corner. I'm Aiden Mahuja along with Victor Lowe, and we're here with Coach Natalie Morgan of the Harvard Westlake girls volleyball team. The Wolverines are 23-14 and coming up on their final match against Lakewood.
Great. So let's start off with a few general questions. What are some of the main points or most important pieces of advice that you stress to the team during practice and games?
Gosh, there's so many, it's hard to narrow it down. One of the biggest things for us all year has really been our serve and pass game and coming back to the basics with that. Something that we talk a lot about is just being ahead of the line, which is a lot of different things, but we talk a lot about vision. And then also one of the bigger picture things and less like technical skill stuff that we talk about is playing HW volleyball. And to us, that means a few different things, but it just means playing our game regardless of what gym we're in or who the opponent is, and not playing down to any game or trying to be perfect at any point.
And the upcoming team, Lakewood, has an impressive 25-6 record. How are you guys preparing differently, or how are you guys attempting to prepare for this upcoming challenge against Lakewood?
Yeah, pretty consistently. I think in this point in the season, motivation comes into play pretty frequently. It's hard to stay motivated when we've got upper school break coming up and playoffs are a little unsure. So all of those factors make it a little bit difficult. But we're preparing pretty similarly in terms of like how we scout and how we train. So it's the biggest difference is just motivation and how we're differing that.
Nice. Does Lakewood have any standout players or?
They do. No, nothing that's like, they have a ton of great players, and not one person is like specifically a standout player, which makes them such an incredible
It's
threat.
really well-rounded.
Incredibly well-rounded, and great coach that's out there. So this is one heck of a year for Lakewood, and we're really excited to end with such a tough opponent in our regular season.
And the team this year, the Harvard Westlake team, has 3 new freshmen on the team playing varsity: Lauren Lewis, Kylie Parker, and Maya Stillwell. How have they stepped up and added something to the team in a different way?
Oh my gosh, they've stepped up in a huge way. It's retreat week. They're all on retreat, and we're really missing them. These freshmen have just been incredible people to add to our culture and our team. And I know that that's so difficult to do as a freshman on varsity, but they've really found their voice in terms of being a leader on and off the court, and setting that tone and just feeling like it's a safe space to ask questions, which I think can be really difficult to do when you're a freshman on varsity. So they have added more than I can put into words, on and off the court. You know, Maya and Lauren have played almost every single match for us in the middle, which is an incredibly difficult role to have. But also Kylie's in a really hard role with coming off the bench and being asked to perform in really difficult moments. So all 3 of them have been huge impact players on and off the court for us.
Great. So let's address the team's last few games. The tough schedule this season has faced the tough schedule you guys have faced this season has resulted in dropping 3 out of the last 5 games. Has this affected team morale at all that you've noticed?
I would be lying if I didn't say that it hadn't, and I won't lie to you guys. It has. It's always tough losing, and we've lost to some really tough opponents, so I think that can be hard to keep in perspective, especially for young women that are so driven to be great or to be perfect at times. It can be really difficult to have those losses regardless of who the opponent is, regardless of how they're ranked, or, you know, we all have these expectations of, well, we're better, we should be winning. And that can be really tough for us. So yeah, our team morale is down a little bit with those losses, but hopefully we can turn it around.
And with all the challenges that you guys have faced this year, how has the team adjusted and faced that adversity in a really impactful way?
All of the challenges we've had a lot in addition to our very tough schedule. I think it's helped us grow stronger together and also grow into ourselves as individuals. You know, we've had to, with adversity, you have to root deeper. You can't just, expect yourself to sway in the wind as a tree and not have those roots grow a little bit deeper. So that to us has been a big advantage of those challenges.
And in general, what do you think is the most important aspect of a team's success or even of the game that can really propel a team to do well?
I feel like I've read enough sports books. I should have like a good one-liner for this. But I don't think it's necessarily one team. And I think that's kind of the beauty of coaching and also just sports. You know, there's not one line that can fix any season or do anything like that. I think the beauty of sports in a season is a coach is able to look at a group of individuals and say, these are going to be our strengths and these are going to be our weaknesses, and projecting that, and then having that vision to do something about those strengths and weaknesses, and being able to highlight your strengths and compromise your weaknesses, or find a way to limit those weaknesses can be really difficult. So I don't have a good answer for you on that one.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So addressing the team's playoff situation. So do we know if the team has made the playoffs yet? And if so, do you know the schedule?
Yeah, great question. So we did not qualify for an automatic bid to playoffs. So that means that we are eligible for an at-large bid. So we can get one of those at-large bids. There's not many available for D1 and D2. So we're looking at a D2 bid right now. However, getting a scope of the other teams that we're competing with, it's looking likely. So that comes out this weekend, and then we could have a game as early as Tuesday. Wow. It'll take off here pretty fast. And those playoffs, it gets really complicated, but we'll try to simplify it. Those playoffs right now are for the southern section, and that's CIF. And then as soon as those playoffs are over, that will determine whether we have a bid to state or not.
I see.
And because you guys have this at-large bid, how do you guys establish momentum after a rocky end of the season? How do you guys roll into that, strong and have a lot of momentum?
Yeah, really quick. Just want to add an asterisk. We don't have it yet. So just want to be really clear. We don't have this at-large bid yet. However, we'll find out this weekend. How do we roll into the playoffs with momentum? The biggest thing for me is what do you want your legacy to be at HW Volleyball? We talked, last time I was here, we talked a lot about our large senior class. And this is going to be their last run in high school volleyball forever. It's not something you're going to be able to rewind and come back to. So for them, how do you want to leave it is truly up to them. And we're here to provide those guardrails. We're here to provide a healthy environment for them to do that. But it's going to be up to them. So building that momentum, we're here to provide a healthy environment for that. But we'll see what they want their legacy to be.
Thank you so much, Coach Morgan, for joining us on Coach's Corner. We wish you luck in your game against Lakewood this week, and good luck with the rest of the season. I'm Victor Lowe with Aiden Ahuja for HWTV, and we hope to see you guys in the next one.